All right, so it looks like you're thinking about maybe Weston, Florida
Or,
for your family.
hmm
And of course, you're smart to be checking out the youth sports in the schools.
Oh yeah, those are make or break for families for sure.
Yeah, those are really important for
Oh,
a lot of families. And we've got some great resources here to kind of help us figure that out.
okay, cool.
So first up, we've got this
Yeah.
amazing guide to Weston sports scene.
Okay.
And oh my, get this, the Weston Sports Complex is over 40 acres.
Wow.
Like we're not,
That's huge.
yeah, we're not just talking about like a couple of soccer fields.
Right.
This place is massive.
Wow. Yeah, you were mentioning that your son is really into baseball, right?
Yeah.
I bet a complex that big probably means they've got some awesome facilities
Oh yeah,
and plenty of room for like the different levels of play.
they do.
Did they list any details about the baseball fields specifically?
Yeah, they've got multiple baseball fields, batting cages, even a pro shop. They also host regional tournaments. So
Yeah.
your son could be playing against some
Oh.
pretty serious competition.
No, that's something to consider.
Yeah.
You mentioned wanting him to have those opportunities to be scouted for college.
Right.
Playing at that level could definitely put him on the radar
There you
of
go.
some college recruiters.
Okay, now for your daughter, who's a budding tennis star,
Uh-huh.
Weston has a dedicated tennis center with over 20 courts.
Wow.
I get this.
Yeah.
They have both clay and hard courts.
Really?
That's pretty serious
Yeah,
to a community tennis center.
that's fantastic.
Right.
Having different surfaces is so great for developing well-rounded players.
Yes.
Not every town has that.
No.
Did they mention anything about the coaching staff
What do you see?
or the level of competition in their junior programs?
Yeah, they've got programs for all ages and skill levels, so from beginner lessons to competitive leagues.
Yeah.
They even host tournaments. They didn't mention specific coaches, but they did emphasize the center's commitment to player development.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
It sounds promising,
Uh-huh.
but you might want to dig a little deeper into the coaching situation
Right
if
on.
you're serious about her development.
Okay.
You mentioned she's already competing at a pretty high level, so
Yeah.
you'll want to make sure that the coaching really aligns with her goals.
Good point.
Yeah.
Now, let's not forget about the classic YMCA.
Of course, the YMCA.
YMCA, a Broward County Weston branch, has a wide range of activities,
Mhm.
including swimming, gymnastics, and even cheerleading,
Oh, fun.
which I know your daughter is interested in.
Yeah, the Y is always a good bet
Yeah.
for a well-rounded experience. It's
Right.
not just about the sport itself.
Right.
It's about fostering, those values of
Yeah.
teamwork, sportsmanship, community involvement.
Wow.
Plus, it can be a great way for kids to just try out different activities
Yeah.
and discover some new passions. Did they list any specific programs or coaches for cheerleading?
They didn't go into specifics on coaching, but they did highlight their competitive cheerleading squad that travels to regional competitions.
Well,
So if your daughter really gets into it, there could be some opportunities for her to take it to the next level.
that's a great option to have.
Right.
And, if she decides cheerleading isn't her thing,
Right.
they've got tons of other activities for her to choose from.
Okay, now I know football is big in your family,
Yes.
so I have to mention the Weston Warriors.
Okay.
They've got youth football and cheerleading programs for kids as young as 5.
Wow, starting young.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they have both football and cheerleading together.
Right.
That could be really nice for your kids to be
Mhm.
involved in the same organization,
Yeah.
even if they're participating in different activities.
Right.
What did they say about the coaching philosophy?
They emphasized a positive and supportive environment with a focus on teaching the fundamentals of the game and developing good sportsmanship.
Okay, good.
They've also got certified coaches and a strong emphasis on safety protocols.
That's reassuring to hear,
Yes.
especially with younger kids.
Aye.
It sounds like they're taking the right approach.
Now, besides all of these amazing programs, Weston also has basketball and volleyball leagues.
Wow.
So there really is something for every athletic interest.
It really does sound like a sports haven.
Yeah,
With so many options, your kids are bound to find something they love.
absolutely. Okay, so we've covered this sports scene
Yeah.
pretty thoroughly, but you're also interested in schools,
Right.
right? Specifically schools with strong sports programs.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for a school that can nurture both my children's athletic talents
Yeah.
and their academic abilities.
Mhm.
It's important to me to find that balance,
Right, yeah, of course.
that well-roundedness.
Yes.
Well, it looks like Weston has a couple of schools that really stand out in that regard. Cypress Bay High School and Tequesta Trace Middle School.
Okay.
Both have a reputation for strong academics,
Mm-hmm.
and B, competitive sports programs.
Okay, so let's dive into those.
Yeah.
Cypress Bay is huge.
Okay.
It's one of the largest high schools in Florida,
Wow.
which could be a plus or minus depending on your preference.
Right, right.
They offer a wide range of AP and honors courses,
Okay.
which is great for college-bound students.
And their athletic program is impressive too.
Huh?
They've consistently ranked really high in state championships for sports like swimming, tennis, and even lacrosse.
Yeah,
Which isn't as common in Florida.
that's right. They've got top-notch facilities too.
Oh, wow.
I read that their football stadium alone holds over 10,000 people.
Wow, that's a big stadium.
Now, Tecusta Trace Middle School is also known for its academics,
Okay.
particularly their STEM program.
Okay.
They've won awards for their science fair projects and robotics competition,
Oh, that's great.
and they feed into Cypress Bay.
So it sounds like a natural progression for your kids.
Right.
If they're interested in those areas.
Exactly. What about their sports programs?
Yeah. You mentioned your son's baseball aspirations.
Yeah,
Do they have a strong middle school team?
they do.
Oh, okay.
They've got a competitive baseball team that's known for developing young talent.
Oh, fantastic.
And, of course, they have all the other major sports, too. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, track and field.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
So Cypress Bay and Tequesta Trace
Yeah.
both seem to check those boxes.
Yes.
Strong academics and athletics.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you're also looking for a school with like a good overall culture, a place where your kids will feel, supported and challenged.
Right. And that's where Everglades Elementary School comes in.
Okay,
It's known for its nurturing environment and emphasis on character development.
good.
They've got a really strong arts program, too, which we know is important for your daughter.
Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to foster well-rounded individuals, not just focus on academics or sports.
Exactly.
Starting with that foundation in elementary school can make a big difference.
Absolutely. So it looks like Weston has some pretty impressive options when it comes to schools.
It does.
And with all these amazing sports programs and top-notch schools, you're probably starting to picture yourself living in Weston.
I know it's definitely painting an appealing picture.
Right.
But finding the right house in the right neighborhood,
Right.
that's a whole other challenge.
Yes, it is.
You want a place that's close to the schools
Right.
and activities that your kids are interested in with a community feel that matches your family's values.
Right. And that's where a good real estate agent can be so invaluable.
Absolutely.
Someone who knows the Weston market inside and out
Yeah.
and can guide you towards that perfect neighborhood for your family.
You want somebody who understands your priorities and can help you find a home
Yes.
that checks all the boxes.
Exactly. And speaking of checking boxes, I remember you mentioning that Antonio Ortega LLC has a pretty fantastic offer for their clients.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Antonio Ortega LLC is offering 10% of their fee back towards closing costs,
Yes.
which is huge,
Huge saving.
whether you're buying or selling.
Yes. And they're known for their deep knowledge of the Weston market
Yeah.
and their commitment to client satisfaction.
That's a great incentive.
It is.
You gotta love saving money,
Yes.
especially when you're making a big move.
Exactly.
Sounds like they could be a great resource for anyone looking to buy or sell in Weston.
Definitely, you can find out all the details on their website, AntonioOrtegaLLC.com.
Okay, great.
But let's get back to exploring Weston.
Okay.
I know you mentioned wanting a community with a strong, family-friendly vibe, and that's definitely one of Weston's hallmarks.
Yes. What are some of the things that contribute to that family-friendly atmosphere?
So welcome back.
Feels like we've uncovered a lot about Weston already.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But we haven't even touched on all the fun things that families can do together there.
Right, you mentioned family activities and entertainment.
Yes.
What does Weston have to offer in that department?
We'll get this. Weston has options for just about every interest.
Okay.
There's the Bonaventure Town Center.
Okay.
It's like a lively hub with shops, restaurants, and even a movie theater.
It's a classic town center experience.
Perfect for like those relaxed family outings
Yeah.
or a weekend stroll.
Right,
You
yeah.
can grab a bite to eat, catch a movie, just soak up the atmosphere.
Speaking of atmosphere, we talked about those great parks like Tecusta Trace and Weston Regional.
Yes.
Those sound ideal for families.
Yeah, walking trails, playgrounds,
Yeah.
even a lake for kayaking.
Right. Plenty to keep everybody entertained.
Exactly.
You mentioned that my family loves being around water.
Uh-huh.
Are there any other options besides that lake?
You are in luck.
Okay.
Weston is just a short drive from some of South Florida's best beaches. So imagine spending your weekends building sandcastles and splashing in the ocean.
Now that's the Florida lifestyle we're dreaming of.
Yeah.
I bet those beaches get pretty crowded, though.
They can,
Yeah.
especially during peak season. But Weston's location is really convenient for day trips
Oh, that's good.
to like less crowded beaches a little further north or south.
Okay. Flexibility is key.
Yeah, flexibility is key.
Besides the beaches and parks, are there any other, like, family-friendly attractions nearby?
Absolutely. Everglades National Park is just a short drive away,
Oh, wow.
and that is a must-see for experiencing that unique ecosystem.
Yeah, we've heard great things about the Everglades.
Yes.
That's definitely going on our list.
You've got airboat rides,
Yeah.
wildlife spotting.
Cool.
It's an adventure.
It's an adventure.
And if you're ever in the mood for some serious shopping,
Okay.
there's Sawgrass Mills Mall,
Oh, yeah.
which is one of the largest outlet malls in the country.
I've heard of that.
It's also just a short drive from Weston.
Between the outlet mall, the beaches, the parks, and the Everglades,
Right.
it sounds like we'd never be bored.
You got it.
Weston really seems to have that perfect blend of
Yeah.
activity and relaxation.
And don't forget that thriving art scene and all those community events that we talked about.
Right, right.
So there's always something going on in Weston.
It's impressive how much this town packs into a suburban setting.
I know, it really is. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Weston,
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts? Does this sound like the community you've been searching for?
I would say that Weston has exceeded my expectations.
Awesome.
From the top-notch sports programs in schools
Uh-huh.
to the family-friendly activities and the commitment to sustainability. It just seems like an ideal place to raise a family.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And if you're ready to take that next step, remember that Antonio Ortega LLC is your go-to resource for all things Weston real estate.
Right.
Their expertise and that fantastic offer can make your move a smooth one.
Yeah, that 10% back on closing costs is a pretty sweet deal.
It is. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. We hope this deep dive into Weston has given you the insights you need to make an informed decision about your family's future.
It certainly has.
Awesome.
Weston has jumped to the top of our list.
Excellent. Well, we encourage you to keep exploring and reach out to Antonio Ortega LLC with any questions you have about making Weston your new home.
They sound like the perfect partners for this journey.
Until next time, keep diving deep and discovering all the amazing places that life has to offer.